Welcome to my channel. Anybody can start up a small business. Starting up a small business is majorly having a business idea, strong work ethics, a good business plan and have an understanding of the financial aspect. When starting a small business, one needs to 1. Choose an idea. It can be a product you've always wanted to produce, or a service you feel people need. It might even be something people don't know they need yet, because it hasn't been invented. It can equally be buying and selling. There is equally need to consider your talents, experience, and knowledge when selecting a concept. If you have a particular skill set or talent, consider how these resources can be applied to meeting some sort of market demand. Combining skill and knowledge with a market demand increases your odds of having a successful business idea. It's equally good to note if the niche you want to choose is saturated. 2. Define your goals. Do you want financial independence, eventually selling your business to the highest bidder? Do you want something small and sustainable, that you love doing and from which you want to derive a steady income? These are the things that are good to note at the early stage. 3. Create a working name. You could even do this before you have an idea for the business, and if the name is good, it may help you define your business idea. As your plan grows, and things begin to take shape, the perfect name may come to you, but don't let that hinder you in the early phases. Create a name that you can use while you plan and don't hesitate to change it later. Always check to see if the name is being used by somebody else before selecting it. Try to create a name that is simple that people, your potential clients, can remember easily. 4. Define your team. Will it be a sole business or partnership, or will you bring in 1 or 2 trusted friends to join you? If it will be a partnership business, then the profits and loss will be equal among the partners except the agreement states otherwise. Think about the areas that you are either weak in, or have little knowledge of. Finding partners compatible with your personality who can fill in your knowledge or skill gaps is an excellent way to ensure your business has the resources you need to succeed. This only applies if you are interested in having partners, but if you decide otherwise, then it will be a sole business. 5. Choose your partners wisely. If you are interested in having partners, there is need to be careful when choosing partners because it can bring about success to your business or failure. Even if someone is your best friend, it doesn't mean that you will partner well in a business operation. Start it with a reliable person. Things to consider when choosing your co-leaders and support cast include: does the other person complement your weaknesses? Or do both of you bring only one set of the same skills to the table? If the latter, be wary, as you can have too many people doing the same thing while other things are left unattended. Do you see eye to eye on the big picture? Arguments about the details are a given, and are important for getting things right. But not seeing eye to eye on the big picture, the real purpose of your business, can cause a reaction that may be irreparable. Be sure your team cares about them and buys into the purpose as much as you do. Once you are done picking partners, if needed, the next thing to do is to create a business plan. 6. Creating a business plan. A business plan helps to define what you think you need to launch your business, large or small. It summarizes the sense of your business in a single document. It also creates a map for investors, bankers, and other interested parties to use when determining how they can best help you and to help them decide whether or not your business is viable. Also state your target marketing strategy, how you will produce or render the services you have in mind, what will be the cost of the products or the resources for rendering the proposed services. 7. State your pricing model. Start by checking out your competitors. Know how much are they selling a similar product for, and if there is any way you can influence that. Can you add something to it, add value, to make yours different and hence make it a more enticing price? 8. Cover the financials. The financial statements translate your marketing and operational plans into numbers, profits and cash flow. They identify how much money you will need and how much you might make. Since this is the most dynamic part of your plan, and perhaps the most important for long-term stability, you should update this monthly for the first year, quarterly for the second year, and then annually after that. Cover your startup costs. How are you going to finance your business initially? The bank, venture capitalists, angel investors, Small Business Administration (SBA), your own savings, these are all viable options. When you start a business, be realistic. You will probably not roll out of the gate making 100% of whatever you project, so you need to have enough ready reserve to fund things until you are really up and running. One of the surest roads to failure is undercapitalization. What price do you intend to sell your product or service for? How much will it cost you to produce? Work out a rough estimate for net profit, factoring in fixed costs like rent, energy, employees, etc. 9. Build your product or develop your service. Once you have the business all planned, financed, and have your basic level of staffing, get going. The building process is the time during which you prepare for market. During this time, you may discover things such as needing to tweak the ideas. Perhaps the product needs to be a different color, texture or size. Maybe your services need to be broader, narrower or more detailed. This is the time to attend to anything that crops up during your testing and development phases. You'll know innately when something needs tweaking to make it better or to make it less like a competitor's stale offerings. Once all this is set in place, business can commence. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe below for more educating videos.